welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, if you guys cannot tell by the title below, I'm going to be giving you guys another story time. Here I am with the back-to-back story times. And today's story time is going to be about the time a guy almost shot up my job. Yes, no joke, real deal, real spill. I had posted a couple story time ideas on my Instagram page and you guys voted for this one, so this is the one I'm going to be giving you guys. I'm sorry if I'm talking really fast in today's video, you guys. I'm going to try to slow down, but sadly I waited until 7 o'clock to film this video and the sun is going down, so I'm trying to beat the sun. Okay, so please, if you guys like somebody talking at 2x times speed, then you're gonna love me. Now, without further ado, you guys, without all the rambling, let's hop right into today's video. All right, you guys, so this happened like months ago and I can finally tell the story in detail because I don't work there anymore. I got a new job. This happened when I worked at a Food Lion. That is a grocery store. If you guys live in the South, then you know what a Food Lion is. Okay, I'm gonna just leave it at that because before I moved to North Carolina, I had no idea what the heck a Food Lion was, y'all. No idea at all. So this day I was working night shifts because I was in college at the time, well, in person, and I had morning classes, and so I couldn't work nothing but a night shift. But anyways, y'all, that's besides the point. I worked night shift. This particular day I was working 3 p.m. to I think like 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock, one of those. I can't remember, y'all, but just know it's night shift. This happened at around, I want to say like 8 or 9 o'clock. It was close to the time where we were about to close, so I know that it happened late. I just can't remember how late. Now, it was me working, a couple of my other coworkers, and this was during the time I had just started the job again. I think I was at the job working it for about 4 or 5 months during this time, and I know that because a lot of the people that I started out working with got fired or either left, so that's how I know that. So I was working with most of my favorite coworkers. I loved all of my coworkers there, you guys. They were so nice. But yeah, we were all there at the same time having a good little time. So keep this in mind. It is 8 or 9 o'clock. It's nighttime. We had one manager working the whole store. I think he's our general manager. And then I was working with probably 4 or 5 coworkers at the front, and I was the self-checkout person for that day. If you guys don't know what that is, it's basically where you just stand at self-checkout and make sure nobody's stealing. Even though it doesn't even matter if they are stealing because policy says I can't do nothing to stop them, and I'm not gonna stop them. What do I look like, almost getting shot up or manhandled trying to stop somebody from stealing? Like, that's just not the type of work that no, y'all don't pay me enough for that. So yeah, you guys, again, I'm sorry that I'm talking really fast, but I gotta beat the sun, okay? So I am working self-checkout and your girl had to tinkle, okay? I had to use the restroom, and so I told my supervisor who was at the front, hey girl, I'm gonna run to the back, use the restroom, I'll be back. Now, if you guys know, whenever you say you have to use the bathroom at any retail job or any fast food job, you know for a fact you're going back there to give yourself a little break and be on your phone for a little bit. That's just the truth. Now, it's not a lie because I did actually have to use the bathroom, but I was on my phone for a good extra 5 minutes as well. So yeah, so I go to the restroom, and as I'm walking past the self-checkout to get to the restroom, I notice there is a man checking out at the first self-checkout that we have, I believe, or the third one. I forgot. Our self-checkouts is like 51, 52, 53, and 54. He was on self-checkout 53. Y'all probably didn't need to know all that, but he was. So I got somebody to cover me while I went to the restroom. Now, he was wearing a blue kind of oversized shirt, and I thought at the time he was talking to himself. I dead thought he was talking to himself or talking to somebody on the phone with it on speakerphone because he was speaking so loud. He was so loud for no reason at all. And that's all I remember about him. And he was bald, and like, that was it. You know, that's all I remember about him. I didn't pay no mind to it. I was going to the restroom. I was not worried about anybody there. So I went to the restroom, and about maybe 8 to 10 minutes later, I decided to come back up to the front. And when I made it to the front, he was talking to one of my other coworkers, who is no longer there anymore. He was talking to one of my other coworkers, and I thought they were joking. That's all I was thinking. Okay, genuinely. All I remember them saying, I think the guy who was up the self-checkout, we're gonna name him Theodore. I thought Theodore, which is the customer, was joking with my coworker. I thought they knew each other or something. We live in a really small town, okay? So I wouldn't have been shocked if they did. I think I heard them say, like, you know, they were just insulting each other, but I thought it was a genuine, like, oh, you're stupid, or don't call me stupid. I don't know, y'all. I thought they were joking. They indeed were not. It was like they were bickering, but the things that they were saying were like so crazy. It wasn't like regular insults. They were just saying like, oh, you're musty, and like, oh, well, your breath stinks. Stuff like that, y'all. Like, I don't know. Okay, I'm just telling the story as it happened. Yeah, so they're throwing little insults back and forth with each other, and they start to get louder. Now, my coworker, we're gonna call him Austin. I don't know why, but we're gonna call him Austin. Austin is a person who is like a little louder, and he's more confrontational. So when they started getting loud, everybody started to look. Okay, everybody, customers, staff, children, everybody began to look, and they started cursing at each other, just arguing back and forth, simple arguing, and they started cursing. Now, how did this start? I don't know, y'all. I just came from the bathroom, and at the time when they're arguing, there is now a long line of people waiting to get to the self-checkout, because I don't know, I guess we got a little busy during this time. It would be during this time that we got busy, but anyways, y'all, there was a line of people, and so I think somebody began to kind of break it up a little bit, and then you had some of the customers who had children in the back, like, be quiet, you guys don't need to use that type of language in here, there's children in here, you don't need to be doing that, right? So now it's becoming a huge scene to where they called my general manager to the front. Now, before my general manager got to the front, again, they were arguing. They started getting louder. People started saying, stop cursing. My children are in the building, blah, blah, blah. And now one of my second coworkers, we're going to call her Vanessa. She decided to kind of get in it as well and start arguing with Theodore. Again, that is the customer, the male customer who is loud. She started to argue with him as well, and then he started going back at her. And Theodore looks like he is around his beginning 40s, like early 40s, probably like 40 or 41. He looks like he's around that age. My coworker Austin is probably like 29, and then the Vanessa, my other coworker who is a girl, I think she was like 17 or 18 at this time, y'all. And he's going back and forth with a teenager. And y'all, all of this is happening. I am minding my business. I know when to insert and when to not be in nobody's business, you guys. If it was like a dangerous situation, I'd be like, you guys, come on, come over here, you know, get over here. You know, I'll probably say some stuff like that, but I know when to shh. Okay, and that's what we need to learn. Okay, you know, as people in general. So yeah, you guys, it starts getting loud. I'm minding my business, and yeah, so they call the general manager to the front. My general manager, he's probably in his late 60s, early 70s, and so he comes to the front. He's not really fast, so he took a minute to get there, and that's totally fine. And he goes up to Theodore, and he's like, what's going on? Theodore is like, this is now the reason why they were bickering and arguing. So apparently Theodore went to the self-checkout and he swiped his card, paid for his stuff. But then self-checkout was telling him he needed to pay again and that he didn't pay. And so my general manager said, hey, did you get a receipt for the first time that you paid so that we could just let you go on out and we'll fix whatever's going on with the self-checkout? And he's like, why do I need to show you a receipt? And I think he said it didn't give him a receipt, but he went on his bank account and it showed that it took out that amount of money twice. And so he's like, why do I need to show you a receipt? I don't understand. This is a big guy, you guys. He's a big guy, and he's just, you know, going off. He's going off. And my general manager is genuinely just there doing his job looking stuck. And so he's like, why do I need to show you guys my receipt? It says right here on my phone that I paid twice. Why can't I just leave? Can I leave? Can I leave? He starts going off. He's on 10. He was already on 10, but now he's on 100, you guys. He is going berserk. So he is really upset. He's really mad. You know, he's just going off. And by this time, they took my coworker, Vanessa, and Austin to the back because they were getting loud and continuing to argue with this man. And it just made no sense. You know, okay, his stuff, something went wrong. Just let the man leave, y'all. Okay? Just let the man leave. So the customers are over here looking stuck. Everybody's looking lost. Everybody's like, what's going on? Okay? By this time, the woman with the children was like, please stop screaming. Please stop understand. My children are here. Pause. I get it. We know your children are here. I understand that this is a crazy thing. You did not come to Food Lion today wanting this to happen at all. Okay, you just came to get your groceries and leave. But now that you see a scene is, you know, like partaking, all these things are going crazy. Don't engage with the man. Take your kids out. Okay, go to the food. There's a Food Lion literally 2 minutes up the street from the Food Lion we have. Take them up. Like, I get it, but she was inserting herself, and this man is clearly on 100. We do not need to be inserting ourselves at all. I really hope the sun stays up for just a few more minutes. Okay, so now my manager is like, please just show me your receipt or show me your phone where it came out the bank twice or something like that. That made the man get even louder. And by this time, Vanessa, my 17 to 18-year-old coworker, then came back to the front and she's going at it with the man. Y'all, the man was getting ready to leave. Once he was yelling at my manager, like, I don't need to show you my phone again, or whatever he said, y'all. Once he was, you know, continuing to yell, oh, I forgot. The whole time while he is yelling and this scene is going crazy, after, you know, at the very beginning with my coworker, when I came to the bathroom and my coworker they was bickering and, you know, insulting each other, right after that, he whipped out his phone and he's filming this whole thing in the Food Line. And he is like, my name is Theodore, I don't know, and I am being racially discriminated against. You guys, we're all the same color. There was the only person who was of another race was my general manager, and he didn't come up until like 10 minutes later. So yeah, he's filming this whole thing, by the way. I can't believe I almost let that go over my head. He's filming this whole thing, and he's putting the camera in my manager's face and my coworker's face, even in the 17-year-old girl's face or the 18, whatever. He's, you know, filming himself. Like, y'all, he's very much in your face. So by this time, back to where I was at, y'all. Fast forward. Now he's yelling at my general manager and he's like, can I leave? Can I leave? And my general manager is kind of fed up. And so he's like, yes, you can go. We're not going to call no police. You're all good. By that time, Vanessa has come back up to the front, you guys, and she is like, oh no, don't leave now. And she has her phone and she's dialing 911. She's like, oh no, don't leave now, and begins to chase after Theodore. Begins to chase after this man. Oh, and another part that I forgot to mention, once my general manager got to the front, he was in the middle of flashing the gun that he has on his hip. What are you doing? He was in the middle of flashing the gun that he has on his hip. He brought up the gun 2 times within this whole argument and this whole, you know, altercation that took place. And I'm just sitting there on the pole because, again, y'all, I'm doing my job. I've come back from the bathroom, so now I'm standing at the front of self-checkout just like this. Yeah, have a good day. Have a good day. Oh, did you need any help? Okay, yeah, I can help you. Yes. Oh, okay, have a good day. Have a good day. Yeah. God bless. Literally just like that while all this is happening in front of me, you guys. I did not want no parts. I was literally standing just like that because we have to be standing at the front telling everybody bye and hello and do you need help? Literally just like that. So she decides to chase this man. We have double doors. They have now stepped out the door. I can no longer see. Austin, the other coworker who's arguing with him, decided to follow Vanessa outside with him because she's a girl and, you know, whatever. And Vanessa's sister also works here. So she went out there with her sister as well. And I think she's like 21. They're all 3 out there now. The man has left the building. I thought they were going to bicker somewhere outside and that was going to be it. Little did I know. There were people calling the cops already when this first happened, and he whipped out the phone, putting the camera in all the customers and in the workers and everybody's face, you know, and saying, I'm being discriminated against. All of that. They were already calling the police, all the other customers who were in line. When Vanessa, Austin, and Theodore stepped outside and the sister got outside, there was some words exchanged, and I guess he whipped that gun out as soon as they stepped through the double doors, y'all. I get right there. I saw Vanessa, I saw Austin and her sister, but the guy, he was out of my sight. They said, oh, he's taking his gun out. They started screaming. He took his gun out. I guess he's pointing it. I guess he's just pointing it. Well, not even I guess, because later on I saw the footage of outside. He actually whipped that gun out. He did. and I straight up booked it. All I heard was gun and out. I was gone. I wish I still had the footage, because I ended up going into the like little office where we have our cameras like a week or two later, and I ended up watching myself on the camera dart, and I took a video of it. I'm not supposed to do this, but I took a video of it, and I guess I deleted it because I don't got it. If I can find it, I will put it in this video, but I don't have it anymore. I also saw the footage what took, oh gosh, girl, stop stuttering. I also saw the footage of the man outside and him taking out the gun for real. So that's how I know, and he got the waving. So I ended up running, booked it, use on bull. I didn't even know I was that fast. And I straight went to the back, and I was gonna take the exit because I know every exit in the building. So I booked it to the back. I don't know what happened in between that time. I don't know nothing. All I know is they said everything was good, and I came back to the front. Oh, wait, forgot something. Right as I booked it and I heard gun is out, the cops then whipped into the food line because people had already previously called. So there was multiple people calling at once, and the cops had came in the parking lot with the lights, you know, flashing and sirens going off right as I ran away, and right as he whipped that gun out, y'all. There, you're caught. Give it up, get on the floor. So I come back up to the front. I don't know where the mom and the kids went. I guess they're gone. Vanessa and Austin is back in the building. The cops are outside dealing with him. He's on the floor and he's screaming, "Don't shoot," or some other stuff, y'all. We found out like a week or two later that he does have a YouTube channel, and he posted this video, the video of him recording everybody, on his channel. Got thousands of views, and the comments is filled with like, you know, free him, defend him, like all this different type of stuff. What? Now, hey, I was just there to witness, but yeah. I don't even have like my own opinion to form on all of this, other than that it was crazy and I was just there. But yeah, this is a wild experience. And that is literally the story time. The cops ended up putting him in cuffs, but they didn't arrest him. They didn't arrest him. We have pretty chill cops where I live, so I think they were giving the man a chance, but they didn't arrest him. And I'm not saying that nobody should have got arrested, but they should have at least told him to get off the property or something, because he could come back. What? I still have 3 hours on my shift. I'm not staying here. I told my manager that I feared for my life, which was not a lie. They didn't put this man or take him into custody or anything, y'all. They didn't even put him in the back of the police truck or a cruiser or whatever. They didn't even tell him he really honestly had to leave. So why would I stay at work knowing this man could possibly come back? They didn't ban him from the premises. They didn't say you can't come back here for a certain amount of days. They didn't even say come back tomorrow. They just said, they just uncuffed him. He could have come back anytime later that day to do whatever he was planning on doing, if he even was really gonna, you know. But no, I'm not staying here to work the rest of my shift. Are you insane? No. So I told my general manager, I'm sorry, but I'm leaving. And they ended up shutting down the store for that day because everybody said they felt uncomfortable with not working here with this man who, you know, they just had like bickering with or whatever. And so they ended up closing the store for that day, and it reopened the next day. But y'all, that was a crazy experience. It was so wild. Like, I don't think y'all really understand. I was so scared. When I heard gun and out, I ran, but imagine me running like while ducking. Like it kind of looked so crazy, but like imagine that. Just imagine me doing that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show y'all what I look like. Not playing no games. Literally me, like I was not, no. That whole situation was so crazy, you guys. It was so wild. But that's literally what happened. I'm literally just telling you guys an experience that I had. I don't know where darn near any of these people are today. And that was that. All of the people that took place in this story time, I used fake names, so you guys do not know who these people are. I'm simply just telling you guys something that happened to me, And yeah, no judgment out there, no nothing. And it turns out we made it without the sun going completely down. If you guys enjoyed today's video, you already know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on all of my social medias, which will be in the description box below. And don't forget to turn on that post notification bell so that you guys can be updated every time I upload. Now, like I said before, I hope you guys enjoyed today's story time, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye, guys!